Hey everybody, I'm JimClassic, and you are watching Geekin. And for today's video, I am doing Disney's DuckTales Gizmo Duck. Yes, I think I've probably waited about close to 25 years for a Gizmo Duck toy. I mean, I have a Gizmo Duck cereal box figure. It was a mail away back in the early 90s, and it's awesome. I love it. I'm not sure where it is right now, but I know I have it somewhere. But it's awesome. But, and I have a Funko Gizmo Duck, which kind of sucks. Like a Funko Pop Gizmo Duck, which kind of sucks. Because this is also Funko. But, yeah. Gizmo Duck, the action figure. Also by Funko. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm not gonna lie, even though it looks pretty simple. I can't. I'm not. I have a feeling my expectations are going to be shattered a little bit, but that's okay. I'm looking forward to opening this guy up. And without further ado, let's just talk about the packaging. Looking at the packaging, we have the DuckTales logo up there on the top. Disney DuckTales. We have Gizmo Duck down there. You can't really see it because some freaking rocket scientist decided to put the bubble shell over top of the thing. I mean, yes, it's see-through. But the fact is, I mean, looking at it dead on, you can't see the name. You have to, like, angle it. Oh, Gizmo Duck. Collectible action figure. Like, Disney, you're better than this. Anyway, we would see the picture of Huey, Dewey, and Louie and Uncle Scrooge right there in the minecart, like in the DuckTales, the old theme song, the one from the 80s. But GameStop's price tag is overlapping that. We have the Funko logo. Of course, we have Gizmo Duck right there. Very proud, and in the plastic shell. And on the back, we have a massive spotlight glare. Now on the back, this is kind of from the opening theme song of the old 80s cartoon. I don't know who these little guys are, but they're something. Anyway, let's open this guy up. And you know what? It's just, I don't have to do a lot, so let's just open this up right here in front of all you guys. Okay. So taking out a shell. Oh, okay, he falls out right away. Little plastic stand. Don't need that. There's Gizmo Duck. Ooh, okay. All right. So, Gizmo Duck. It looks like there's a little thing right there, which pegs into this right there. So let's just do that. And I'm going to have to lower the camera just a wee bit. And here we have Gizmo Duck in all of his Gizmo Ducky awesomeness. This character design is direct from the cartoon show. It looks like they captured it pretty darn well, I have to say. Of course, we have the head, which is a nice cartoon accurate version of Gizmo. This is awesome. I'm loving this. Even got the little diddly bob antenna. Moving down to the breastplate, we have the classic Gizmo Duck icon, which I never really knew what that was. It looks like an R. I mean, maybe that could be the D, but then maybe that would be a reverse G. Yeah, it would be a reverse G with a D. I don't know. I never really understood that. I mean, maybe it's some kind of like a warped version of the Starfleet emblem. Wow. And I'm sober here, folks. I am sober. No, it looks like the Delta Star from Star Trek. I don't know. But anyway, there's a little panel work right here. Of course, we have the belly screen and the candy buttons. Kind of similar to G1 Megatron in that regard. Of course, we have the monocycle wheel with the shock absorbers, and we have the arms with the buttons and the gizmos. Moving on the back, we have more panels. Remember, Gizmo Duck is kind of like Inspector Gadget button duck form. So all these gadgets and whistles and ridiculous things can pop out of all those little panels. I mean, in the cartoon, obviously not for the toy. And that's it. That's it for the detail. I mean, this is very cartoon accurate. Very solid plastic. I mean, the plastic... Yeah, I mean, the plastic does feel solid. So, they didn't really... It's not like they used too much of a pliable plastic, which is great. But it feels like a solid toy. So, let's move on to articulation, which I really don't know what... there's probably very little. But, looks like the head... Oh my gosh! It's on a very tight ball joint. Okay, that's a very, very, very tight ball joint right there. But the head can look up that far. He can look... Oh my goodness gracious me. Can look down that far. And just kind of look out left and right. All that stuff, but it's very tight. Okay. So let's move on to the arms. I'm looking at... Oh! Okay, there's a little more articulation than I thought. Okay, no, we do have a universal hinge right there. There is a universal hinge. It looks like there's some oil, or looks like it had to be lubed up a little bit. But there is a universal hinge. The shoulder joint does seriously impede that, so you can't really move the arm too far out that way. You can't really move the arm too far back. But I mean, there is some universal movement, and I do see a little bit of an elbow swivel. So there is some articulation. So he can do that. He can do that. That's not so bad. Same thing goes for this arm. I mean, it's all limited articulation, but I mean, at least it's something. A lot more than, honestly, I was expecting, to be perfectly honest. I see a waist swivel, which is great. We can do 360-degree waist swivel. And then going down to the wheel, we have a free, it's on an axle. It rolls pretty well, too. Hear that sound? That is the sound of freedom. I can do that all day. Okay, so, I gotta say, this is actually pretty cool. It's so freaking awesome to finally have a Gizmo Duck toy. I've waited my entire life for this guy. I finally have him. It's not bad. It really isn't. It's not, it's fun. It's cool. It's quirky. It's Gizmo Duck. It's freaking awesome. Very happy that they have the stand here so that he can just stand there. And, it's pretty cool. It's awesome. I love it. Moving on to comparisons. Here we have Gizmo Duck, obviously. Here we have Scrooge McDuck of the same toy line. I gotta say, Gizmo Duck is a little bit shorter than I think he needs. I'm sorry, I keep kicking my tripod. He's a little bit shorter than I would personally like. Here is Kingdom Hearts Donald Duck, since they're all Disney. Donald Duck is probably a little bit more into scale. Just for the fun of it, Kingdom Hearts Goofy. Oh, he's not... Okay, good. Goofy definitely being the tallest out of the bunch. And, you know what? Funko Mumra. Just because. So that's pretty much how Gizmo Duck scales in with these guys. Now, I'm kind of a bit of a scale Nazi, so this doesn't really work for me scale-wise. I mean, like, Gizmo Duck and Donald here, I guess, works pretty well. But, I mean, Scrooge McDuck and Gizmo Duck just doesn't work. And, I mean, not that Donald Duck and Goofy are part of this toy line, but it's just, Gizmo Duck is too short. I think Gizmo Duck should at least be the size, maybe just a hair shorter than Goofy. I think Gizmo Duck should be just a little bit taller. Like, he was a superhero. He was DuckTales' version of Iron Man. So that doesn't really fully work for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm really happy that I have this Gizmo Duck figure because I've waited like 30 years for it. Aside from aside from this goofy Funko Pop version, which I picked up a few months ago, um, which I hate, absolutely hate these Funko Pop figures. The only reason why I bought it was because it was Gizmo Duck, and I only owned one other version of this, and it was a cereal box toy of him. So that's the only reason why I even picked this guy up. Plus, I got him for like $5 at Target. That's another reason why I bought it. But yeah, do I like this Gizmo Duck? Yes, I do. He's very show accurate. I love that. I love that. Okay. He's very show accurate. He might not be as posable as I would like, because definitely the shoulder pads limit the arms. But I mean, he's got some range of motion. He's got the waist articulation. He's got the ball jointed head, which is great. Little wrist, elbow swivel, I guess. And those wheels, man. That wheel. Oh man, that works beautifully. And it's a solid piece of plastic. It's a solid toy. Probably the most breakable thing about this is that this stand will probably break one day. But it's a fun Gizmo Duck figure. If you're a fan of DuckTales, or even the new DuckTales, because I'm sure he's going to show up in the new DuckTales eventually, just get him. He's cool. You can get him at GameStop. I am really looking forward to the prospect of getting Darkwing Duck. He is definitely on my list, because I think, I don't know 100% if it's a fact or not, I think they're doing a Darkwing Duck, and I'm definitely getting that. And that's it. That's all I gotta say about Gizmo Duck here. I'm JimClassic, and you have been watching Geekin' It.